cats, also known as felines, or Felis catus, not a Felis cactus. Those are very, very different. But anyway, you probably think that you know a lot about cats. Well, I'm here to make you know more. There are many different types of cats. I'll be going over the easiest way to decipher them and some other stuff. Anyway, the difference between these three felines seems obvious, but it's not. What? It seems pretty obvious to me. Anyway, these are cats. These ones are domesticated. These are wild cats, and these are big cats. First, we're gonna go over the difference between wild cats and domesticated. Domestic cats are smaller, have shorter bones, and longer intestines. This is so they can digest diets with less meat and potentially eat more plant-based foods. Though, despite this, they are still very, very, very much carnivores. Whereas Near Eastern wild cats are larger, more robust, which basically just means that they're stronger and faster and all that stuff. They also have natural survival instincts of a survivor, meaning they have more aggressive instincts. Now onto their social skills. Wild cats are solitary and usually live alone. They aren't very friendly towards humans or anything in general. Domestic cats, on the other hand, are pretty friendly, though this depends on the personality. Same with wild cats. They can also form bonds with people and other animals easier. Children. Wild cats usually have 1 litter per year. Their kids leave them in around 6 months with around 3 to 5 kids. Female domesticated cats typically have 2 to 3 litters per year, with around 4 to 6 kittens. Though some breeds have larger litters than others, their kids can also leave much earlier due to human interruptions, such as selling them or giving them away or something like that. Cats' brains are roughly around the same size as a large walnut. Wild cats' brains are bigger. How much bigger, you may ask? Well, I don't know, because Google will not tell me. Alright, now onto the eyes. Can you guess which one's a domesticated cat's eye and which one's a big cat's eye? Well, this one's a domesticated cat's eye and this one's a big cat eye. Congratulations! Big cats, like lion and tigers, have round, large pupils compared to the vertical slits of smaller domesticated cats because they are active hunters that need to chase prey over longer distances, requiring superior all-around light-sensitive vision. These round pupils dilate to maximize light absorption in low light conditions for night hunting, yet still function efficiently in bright light, adapting similarly to human eyes. And that's it for the wild cats and the domesticated cats. Now we're going to go on to the differences between domesticated cats and the big cats. Big cats are much larger than domestic cats. Their claws are bigger, and they're faster, and they're stronger and heavier, and yeah, you get the point. However, they cannot purr, and cats cannot roar. Well, the exceptions being mountain lions and cheetahs. Those two can actually purr, but they can't roar. Big cats usually weigh around 200 to 500 pounds. That's about the same as a refrigerator. Cats usually weigh about 8 to 10 pounds, which is about the same as a gallon of milk. Big cats eat anywhere from 10 pounds to 90 pounds of meat. They usually do not eat 90 pounds of meat in the wild. That's only if they're in a zoo or held captive. However, if they are in the wild, they usually only eat around 5 to 10 pounds because it's harder to catch and kill the prey. Cats eat around 5 to 3 ounces of meat a day. Well, now that we're done with that, move on to cats. Just cats. So cats have variants and cats have breeds. Variants just change the color, and breeds change the personality and everything. Most cats are mutts, so I'm gonna go over like 15 breeds really fast. Persians, smushed faces. Siamese have more attitude than every single person you can think of. Sphinx, it has no fur. Russian blues are in fact not blue. Ragdoll. Egyptian moth, it's like a silver leopard, except they're not all silver. Maine Coon. large Scottish fold ear. Sanian, it has eyeliner. Well, this one does. Donskoy. It has half of its fur. I don't know who shaved it. No, it's just like that naturally. And last but not least, genetics. Now it would take hours to explain cat genetics, and that's not even counting having to do research to get that information and all. So we're just gonna brief over how tortoiseshells were born. Let's say you have a purebred black tabby and a purebred ginger tabby, and they had 2 kids. What would they look like? Well, the male takes after his mama, and the female takes after both. Therefore, you get a tortoiseshell. Tortoiseshells can pretty much only be female because of that. However, if the male has a special gene, then it could be a tortoiseshell as well. Though that's extremely rare, like 1 in 3,000 rare. And the same goes for calicos. Now, if the parents had a diluted gene, the kids would look something like this. Anyway, that's the bare minimum of cat genes, but it's better than nothing, so. And that's pretty much it. So when you go home to your cat, just remember, there's so much more than just a furry menace that knocks stuff over, bites you, and makes your house smell bad, so that the only reason you still have it is because it's cute. And what an amazing God we have to have made these incredible creatures. And if you don't have a cat, then, well, neither do I, so that's fine. And a huge shout out to some things that were really cool. This video could have never been possible without Rev, Kev, Tev, and Nev.